Hi guys, Mrnewmobile here. Please subscribe followed by the bell. The new Galaxy flagship brings about a pretty serious design revamp, a much faster chipset, lots of new AI-powered software goodies, and sensible upgrades to one of the best camera systems around. Comparing Samsung and Apple devices is always critical. However, as the Galaxy S25 Ultra is showcasing Samsung's most advanced hardware and software innovations, this premium powerhouse is naturally bound to be compared to Apple's best flagship, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, continuing the long-standing rivalry between two of the tech industry's biggest players. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts some pretty capable hardware and design as premium as they come, with a suite of new Apple Intelligence features that raise the bar for smartphone AI capabilities. From Genmoji avatars and the creative image playground to a tighter integration of ChatGPT within Siri, Apple's now fully entangled in the AI war. Once again, it's a tale of two titans. Samsung and Apple are bringing their A-game, each aiming to outshine the other in this perennial battle for smartphone supremacy. Who will come out on top? The new Galaxy S25 Ultra scores a pretty substantial redesign, ditching the flat frames at the bottom and top for a rounded titanium frame, which makes it that much more similar in terms of appearance to the Galaxy S24, Galaxy S25 and Galaxy S24 Plus. Galaxy S25 Plus. Sure, the Galaxy S25 Ultra loses some of its posh, business-like design uniqueness, but this newfangled synergy makes the Galaxy S25 range that much more cohesive. The Galaxy S25 Ultra, in essence, now feels like a proper part of the range. Despite the design change, signature staples like the large and lovely display and integrated S Pen remain on board. The Galaxy S25 Ultra doesn't feature any custom buttons aside from the standard volume rocker and power button, so nothing too fancy. But it has scored some pretty thin bezels at the front, which have actually enabled Samsung to enlarge the screen from 6.8 inches to 6.9 inches across, which is just as much as the iPhone 16 Pro Max, speaking of Apple's latest flagship. It has also scored some pretty decent design upgrades of its own as well. Apple has not only minimized the bezels in contrast with the previous generations, but has also increased the screen size from 6.7 to 6.9 inches. At the same time, the titanium body of the iPhone 16 Pro Max has only grown a little, so it's a win-win-win, a triple-win situation. Aside from the slightly larger screen and the thinner bezels, the iPhone 16 Pro Max rocks the same old design language that is universally recognized known. If you've seen any iPhone Pro Max ever, you've essentially seen all of them. New about the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a whole new multifunction button on the right-hand side of the phone. Called Camera Control, this new button lets you interact with the iPhone's camera without ever touching the display of the phone itself. It's an okay addition to the iPhone formula, but not something we'd call a must-have. Quite the contrary, you'll either love or hate the Camera Control button. Now, size-wise, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is actually shorter, narrower, and thinner, as well as significantly lighter than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That's a pretty massive win for Samsung, which has successfully crammed in a quad camera setup and an S Pen inside a device that has a similar display size, and yet, in a more compact form factor. That's truly something to behold. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is available in desert titanium, natural titanium, black titanium, and white titanium colors, which is a slightly more interesting selection than last year's iPhone 15 Pro Max hues. The Galaxy S25 Ultra comes in titanium silver blue, titanium white silver, titanium black, and titanium gray, as well as some more intriguing ones, exclusively sold on Samsung website. The Galaxy S25 Ultra scores a small but important bump to 6.9 inches in size, up from 6.8 inches. That's a small increase in display real estate, but given how rare these are these days, we'll take it with gusto. And just like the Galaxy S24 Ultra, we have anti-reflective coating which passively improves the display legibility. The rest of the dynamic AMOLED 2X display's hardware specs are similar to last year. QHD Plus resolution, 1 to 120 Hz smooth refresh rate, and 2600 nit peak brightness. Samsung has also collaborated with its TV division to bring a ProScaler functionality for the display, which lets you eliminate up to 40% artifacts when viewing low-res content. The iPhone 16 Pro Max also scored a display size increase to 6.9 inches, which is usually a rarity with iPhones. The jump in size here was slightly bigger, 0.2 inches in comparison with the 0.1 inch bump on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The Galaxy S25 Ultra features the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, which is the company's first use of a 3nm chip. This chip will be used everywhere the Galaxy S25 Ultra is sold, with no whiff of an Exynos version, which is great to see. This will bring a feature and performance parity regardless of the region. As per Samsung, the Snapdragon 8 Elite delivers a pretty serious 37% faster CPU performance, 30% better graphics performance, and 40% faster NPU for significantly improved on-device AI calculations. Such a significant increase in performance which will inevitably strain the phone's thermal management. But Samsung has thought of that as well, delivering a 40% larger vapor chamber which will greatly help dissipate heat. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with the latest Apple 3nm chip, the A18 Pro. It's a pretty capable chip, as we've come to expect from Apple. The insides of the iPhone 16 Pro Max have been redesigned in order to improve the thermal management and drive away the excessive heat. Memory-wise, Apple has had to resort to putting 8GB of RAM inside the iPhone 16 Pro Max because of artificial intelligence. The Galaxy S25 Ultra comes with 12GB of RAM in all storage versions, which are similar on both phones: 256GB, 512GB, and 1TB. In terms of software, we get Android 15 with One UI 7 running the show. The latter introduces many visual changes and enhancements to the interface. Meanwhile, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is currently running on iOS 18.2 with many Apple Intelligence features, and we should also get a much more capable Siri Assistant later in 2025. Artificial intelligence plays and will play a major part on both devices. Samsung has a vast suite of Galaxy AI features, which are processed both on-device and in the cloud. The One UI 7 beta didn't come with any new AI features, but the rumor mill says we can expect some exclusive AI features on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, like AI-assisted object eraser and audio-isolating post-processing feature. Some new additions to the Galaxy AI suite debut with the Galaxy S25. One of those is the Gemini-powered cross-app action, which allowed the on-device AI to interact with multiple apps and perform tasks across them using a single command. For example, you can ask Gemini to find your favorite sports team's schedule and put in your calendar. You can ask it to retrieve your favorite sports team's schedule and automatically add each game to your calendar. This capability extends to all apps installed on your phone, both native and third-party, drawing comparisons to Apple's upcoming Siri enhancements. The Now Brief, another novelty, is a summary of your daily activities that changes depending on the time of day and other factors. Complementing this is the Now Bar, located at the bottom of the lock screen, which offers quick access to live activities, charging stats, media controls, and mini widgets, somewhat similar to Apple's Live Activities, but Androidified. Google's Circle to Search feature has been enhanced to provide relevant options based on what you interact with. For instance, circling to search a phone number or an address allows you to quickly dial the phone number or navigate to said address via Google Maps. Apple, late to the party as usual, has teased its Apple Intelligence for the larger part of 2024, but is yet to release it to the public. The iPhone 16 Pro Max currently boasts iOS 18.2, which comes with Image Playground and Genmoji, allowing you to create custom images and emojis from text prompts. Previously, we got writing tools for proofreading and summarizing text, and AI-powered features in Mail, Messages, Photos, and Safari with iOS 18.1. Siri now integrates with ChatGPT, and the Mail app has been redesigned with categories. This software update arrived in early December 2024. iOS 18.3, on the other hand, will likely come with a more capable Siri, which will be capable of executing more complex multi-step user queries. We expect this one to arrive later in December. Meanwhile, the iPhone 16 Pro Max arrives with a 48MP main camera and a 12MP telephoto with 5x optical zoom. The 12MP ultrawide usually found on iPhones has been substituted for a 48MP ultrawide camera, but the jump in image quality is more of a hop, a little one at that. New on the iPhone 16 Pro Max are the enhanced photographic styles, which let you fine-tune the appearance of your photos by giving you way more control over tones, undertones, contrast. The new camera control button is also an important addition to the iPhone mix, though we wouldn't call it groundbreaking. It's useful in certain scenarios, but requires some getting used to, and we wouldn't call its position terribly ergonomic either. The Galaxy S25 Ultra comes with a 5000 mAh battery, just like most of its predecessors. There's light in the tunnel. Lithium silicon batteries are here, providing much greater energy density. This tech could probably be used in a future Galaxy S Ultra flagship. At the same time, The iPhone 16 Pro Max actually comes with the largest battery on an iPhone so far, a large 4,685 mAh one. The iPhone performs well in our custom battery tests, beating the Galaxy S24 Ultra in our web browsing and video streaming test, but losing in the 3D gaming test. We expect that the Galaxy S25 Ultra will try its best to bridge that gap. Charging-wise, the Galaxy S25 Ultra comes with 45W wired charging and 15W wireless charging. It's not terribly slow, but it's not mind-bogglingly fast either. Meanwhile, the iPhone 16 Pro Max officially supports up to 20W of wired charging, but faster chargers can bump that to around 27W. We measured up to 39W of charging speeds while playing a game when charging the iPhone 16 Pro Max, compensating for the increased energy needs of the hardware. The reason for that could be consistency. Regardless of what you do with your phone, it will always charge for a similar amount of time. Best of the best, that's what the iPhone 16 Pro Max and Galaxy S25 Ultra are shaping up to be. Undoubtedly, we expect the Galaxy S25 Ultra to be one of the best Android phones in early 2025, while the iPhone 16 Pro Max is already your best bet if you want the best Apple has on the market at the moment. The iPhone 16 Pro Max starts at $1,200, while the Galaxy S25 Ultra's entry-level version goes for $1,300, so the Apple flagship has a slight advantage price-wise. Of course, Samsung has multiple ways to save on your potential purchase. That is it guys, without being said, let me know your thought in the comment below, and if you are new here please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching, see you on my next video. Peace out.